Let's chat about CyberArk software, ticker CYBR. CyberArk is a global leader in identity security, and they're really focused on the intelligent privilege controls that defend enterprises from identity-based cyber threats, and they secure access from any human or even any non-human trying to get access. So what does that really mean? Basically, they make sure that the right people log into your systems, and they make sure those people have the right permissions they need to do their job. They're a Gartner and Forrester recognized leader in the field, which is more important than ever because of the rise of non-human identities, which now outnumber humans by 80 to 1. What does a non-human mean? They're things like Internet of Things devices, API calls from other software, but increasingly AI agents and digital employees. Financials look really good for this one. Subscription revenues up 60% year over year, and that's driven annual recurring revenue to over $1 billion, $1.215 billion. Currently, it's got a market cap of about $19 billion, which is 17 times sales. So an expensive stock, but cheaper than its peers. It's a new one in my portfolio, so it's kind of a low conviction holding for me. I'm awarding it 3 badges, 3 out of 10 badges. But I want to increase my allocation to cybersecurity, and I've got a bunch of other high conviction cybersecurity stocks that are way more expensive.
I like it, but I also don't know much about it other than what you've shared on this podcast. But I love the cybersecurity big thesis. You know what this made me do actually over the weekend? This is a little bit of a bracket, but I ended up digging back into Sentinel-1. So for possible future episodes, because I just like how you're thinking about this problem, Badger, especially when we put this in conjunction with your thoughts about CrowdStrike. It seems like there's still smart plays to be made within cybersecurity, but it's going to be more about that confluence of valuation and size and whether they're being overlooked and all that stuff. So I'm glad you brought a new cybersecurity company into the portfolio, into the universe.
Yeah, great stuff. Like, I definitely think if you're a technology investor, you should have an allocation to cybersecurity. I made a really strong argument just last week, I think, for why I think this sector particularly is going to be super resilient to AI. Like, a lot of other software is going to get disintermediated. It's going to get taken over by large language models and AI. I think cybersecurity is going to be one of the last ones to fall. But many of these cybersecurity stocks, like CrowdStrike, like Palo Alto Networks, like Zscaler, like, they're pretty fully valued. So when I picked this one a few weeks ago, I was looking for a stock that was a more reasonable valuation. CyberArk is still expensive, but a little more reasonable than the others. So I'm just building my basket in this space.
And a reminder too that I also have Rubrik on my radar for the same exact reasons, which showed up on the Gartner chart pretty much right next to cyber. So just thinking out loud, even coming up with a small basket of something like, I'm just Sentinel and Rubrik and Cyber as a kind of antidote to the bigger players. That might be an interesting move for down the road.
Yeah.